I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Liquid tonic, liquid magic. Right, got it. Yeah, like back of food, link the gun. Is it me if you can read? See the calcium, iron, magnesium, and a matter of fact. Everything we need, that's yours.
All right. You may be wondering, why are you seeing man in his man and it is saying Pioneer? But don't worry, the guru of basketball, he is right here. So you should be hearing from him very shortly as he dissects the comments made by Draymond Green about the importance of Kevin Durant to the success of the Golden State Warriors in that championship that KD won with them. Of course, as you know, by now, if you listen to the radio, Pioneer is not in agreement with what Draymond Green has said. And Draymond Green was a part of the team and he played with the team. So it's kind of a very strange position to take. But welcome to the channel. If this is the first time, as usual, we ask you to hit the like button, to also subscribe and to share. It won't be a long podcast that Pioneer will be doing when he gets here. I see Pepper Paul saying that we should start it earlier than 5, right? He just wanted to kind of cover this, but he's going to have some structure to the program, also to have a specific time so you can always be in tune. I know that there's the JPL game going on today and the Jamaica game, and we actually have a watch along for the Jamaica game at 5:30. So this won't be this will not be a long podcast by Pioneer, but it's going to be very, very good. As usual, we want to say big thank you to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it most. You can call Prestige Finance at 876-884-7390, and they will lend you up to $100,000, right, at 0 to 4% interest rate. And not only that, but there's no processing fee and same-day processing. The man himself is here, so I'm going to jump out of the chair and have him come in and just, just share with you his thoughts on this matter.
Hello, and good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. This is Pioneer, and I'm here. And I am Sure Sports, ladies and gentlemen. And we're here to have a topical discussion regarding some basketball matters. All right. Just yesterday on a podcast, my favorite player, and everybody know who my favorite player in the league is, Draymond Green, made some statements on a podcast. There was a joint podcast between Draymond Green, who has a podcast on the Volume Network, and JJ Redick has a podcast that he hosts along with a co-host called The Old Man and the Three. Both gentlemen had a joint podcast, The Volume, along with The Old Man and the Three, that featured Draymond Green, JJ Redick. Steve May also joined the podcast at a later time. On that podcast, Draymond Green made a statement, gave his opinion on a matter that has been a topic for discussion and debate in the NBA since 2016. As we all know, Kevin Durant joined the Golden State Warriors in the 2016-2017 season. This was after Golden State had blown a 3-1 lead against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals. And previously, Golden State had come back from a 3-1 deficit to the Oklahoma City Thunders that was led by Kevin Durant. And after Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, everybody knows how that went. The Warriors went on to win 2 titles in the 2017 and 2018 NBA Finals, both times beating the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James. 4-1 it was in 2017, and it was a 4-0 sweep in 2018. Now, in the 2019 season, Kevin Durant got injured. Golden State Warriors again advanced to the finals of the NBA. This time they lost to the Toronto Raptors. Durant was out due to injury. He got injured in the conference semifinal versus the Houston Rockets. I think he got injured in game 5. They went on to beat the Houston Rockets in 4-2. Went to the conference final without Kevin Durant, swept the Portland Trail Blazers, advanced to the NBA Finals, and was subsequently beaten by the Toronto Raptors 4-2. Also in that final series, in game 6, what was game 6? Game 5, no, game 6, game 6, a closeout game. Klay Thompson got injured in that game 6, blew out his ACL, and Golden State went down 4-2 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, so the big topic for discussion since then has been, could the Golden State Warriors have, 1, beaten the Cleveland Cavaliers without Kevin Durant, and 2, could the Golden State Warriors have won another title without Kevin Durant? The answer to my latter question was answered this year in the NBA season. The Golden State has gone on to win a title this year in the 2022 NBA Finals, and henceforth open this whole discussion again about if the Warriors actually needed Kevin Durant to win another title. Now, here we are, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. Lo and behold, yesterday on this podcast, Draymond Green came out and made some statements. And the statements were, and I'm quoting now. He said, in my opinion, we don't win another title without Kevin. That team doesn't win another title without Kevin Durant. And when he referenced that team, he was speaking to the Golden State Warriors team as they were constituted at that time, the makeup of that team. He further prefaced his statement by saying, what changed from then to now is that Steph Curry, in his opinion at that point, was a little frailer. And this is this is my words now. He went on to say Steph Curry is going on to hit the gym, put on some body mass, get fitter in a sense, get stronger, is what has enabled Steph Curry to now advance to this level of play, enabling them to win a title in 2022. By Draymond Green, in Draymond Green's opinion, and he stated this on the podcast yesterday, that team, as it was constituted with that version of Steph Curry, would not have gotten past the Cleveland Cavaliers. And as I said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a topic of discussion on many talk shows, both here locally in Jamaica and overseas. In the American media, it has dominated the airwaves since this year, since the Golden State Warriors has won their title this year. Now, Draymond Green, obviously, stating that has opened a lot of eyes, a lot of ears, and a lot of persons have come out of the woodwork. Persons who actually share the opinion that the Warriors needed Kevin Durant to get past the Cavs have actually come out and is using this statement now as to say, listen, they are right. They are now professing this as some sort of a gospel. Now, I am here. My opinions were known. I have stated them categorically on this podcast and on here. In my opinion, and I have my opinion, like Draymond Green has his opinion, in my opinion, the Warriors team, as constituted then, did not need Kevin Durant to win another NBA title. Definitely did not need Kevin Durant in order to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I'm going to examine the facts as they are. Now, that Warriors team, people, in 2016, is the winningest regular season team. Oh, let me take a step back before I get there. In Draymond Green's statement, he also stated that teams were beginning to figure out the Golden State Warriors. And that, as a matter of fact, that was the main reason for him thinking that the Golden State Warriors would not have been able to win another title. Now, so let me examine that. All right, as I said, this Golden State Warriors team is the most successful regular season team in the history of the NBA. That season, in the 2015-2016 season, they won 79. They were 73-9. All right, let's go back to the season before that. That Warriors team went to the finals in 2015 against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving went down in game 1. Kevin Love missed the entire series. Warriors were down 2-1 in the series, came back to win 4-2. All the talk in the offseason, the 2015 offseason, was that if Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving had been healthy, this Warriors team had no chance against the Cavs. Now we are into the regular season in 2016. Golden State meets Cleveland Cavaliers Christmas Day in the Oracle. All right, Golden State beats Cleveland Cavaliers 89-83, I think the score was, in that Christmas Day showdown. Putting to bed some of the chatter that was there. This was a highly anticipated game, ladies and gentlemen, because of what happened in the previous season. Golden State basically answered those questions by beating Cleveland Cavaliers on Christmas Day. The two teams met again on the 18th of January, which might have been like 3.5 weeks later. This time they met in Cleveland. Golden State Warriors blew out the Cleveland Cavaliers 132-98. Further putting silence to this argument about the Golden State Warriors. And this time, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about a full-strength Cleveland Cavaliers team that included LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving. 132-98 was that score on Cleveland's home floor. All right. And as I stated, and the history is known, Golden State went on to have an historic regular season. All right. 73 wins, 9 losses. Most winningest team in the history of the NBA in the regular season. They advanced to the playoffs, people. And this is where Draymond Green's statements baffles me. Draymond Green stated that teams were beginning to figure out the Golden State Warriors. My question is, which are the teams that were beginning to figure out the Golden State Warriors? So let's examine. 73-9 in the regular season, that doesn't seem like teams figured much out about the Golden State Warriors. All right? As a matter of fact, in that season, Draymond Green himself and Steph Curry sat out a lot of fourth quarters. They would blow teams out by so much that Draymond and Steph Curry didn't need to play in the fourth quarter a lot of those games. All right, so now we are in the playoffs. In the first round, they won 4-1. All right, in the second round, they won 4-1. This was against the Portland Trail Blazers and the Houston Rockets. 4-1, 4-1. Easy victories for the Golden State Warriors. They then advanced to the conference finals where they faced Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunders. All right. Oklahoma won the first game. Warriors won game 2. And this was on Golden State's home floor because they obviously, based on their record, had home court advantage that season. Oklahoma won game 1. Warriors won game 2. When the series moved to Oklahoma City won game 3 to go up 2-1. Oklahoma City also won game 4. They won game 3 to go up 2-1. Then game 4 to go up 3-1 on the Golden State Warriors. Golden State then proceeded to win 3 games straight, back to back, to close out the Oklahoma City Thunders team 4-3. This was a healthy Oklahoma City Thunders team. This was an Oklahoma City Thunders team that was at full strength with all their stars. No incidents, nothing. All right. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Steven Adams, Robertson, the whole cast. That was a really good Serge Ibaka. That was a really good Oklahoma City Thunders team. 3-1 up on the Warriors. Warriors came back. Klay Thompson had one of his amazing game 6s in that series. Steph Curry closed out game 7 by dropping 37 points. Golden State advanced to the NBA Finals for the second time in a row, people. Again, they were going to meet the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right? Cleveland Cavaliers at full strength this time. Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving. This was the finals that everybody was hoping for and anticipating, gentlemen. All right? This was the finals that everybody wanted to see. A repeat of the 2015 finals, only this time both teams were at full strength. The settlement of all arguments. All right. Now, in game 1, played at Golden State, was a blowout. All right. Blowout, Golden State won by 22 points. In game 2, in Oracle, in Oakland, it was the same result. Golden State blew out the Cleveland Cavaliers again, this time by 24 points. In game 3, when the series moved to Cleveland, Cleveland won that game 120-90. They actually blew out the Golden State Warriors. All right. Now, the series was at 2-1. Here is a pivotal and critical game 4 in Cleveland, with a chance for Golden State to now go up 2-1, to go up 3-1, or for Cleveland to draw level. This game is being played on Cleveland's home floor, people. Golden State wins that game, winning by 14 points. My memory serves me right. Golden State is now up 3-1 in the series. That game is also noted for that little scuffle between Draymond Green and LeBron James, where LeBron James pushed him to the floor, stepped over him. Draymond Green got up, rose his fist, caught LeBron James in the crotch area. Game continued. Golden State Warriors won. Now, later that day, later the following day, because the game ended that night. Later the following day, we heard that the NBA had stepped in and had awarded a flagrant foul to Draymond Green for that play. And what that did was that he had accumulated a bunch of flagrant points over the course of the playoffs. And that additional flagrant foul caused him to get a suspension. Now, people, remember that call wasn't made on the floor. It was not made by the referees. That was a call that was made in the boardroom after the game was done. All right? Draymond Green subsequently gets suspended for Game 5. And the rest, as we know, as they say, is history. Cleveland comes into Golden State, wins Game 5. Also in Game 5, Andrew Bogut gets injured. Andre Iguodala gets injured. Bogut misses the rest of the series. Iguodala is hobbled. Draymond comes back for Game 6. The series moves back to Cleveland. Cleveland wins Game 6. The series then comes back to Oracle in Oakland for Game 7. And that Game 7 is probably the most storied and most popular Game 7 in the history of the NBA. Cleveland wins by 5 points, 89 to 84, or 89 to 84. And Cleveland wins the title. First time in the history of the NBA that a team would have come back from 3-1 down in the finals to raise the title. All right, so the argument start. Now, in that offseason, and rumor has it that Draymond Green called Kevin Durant from the parking lot. All of that is said, and we know how all of that went. So the arguments are there, people. Cleveland came back from 3-1. In the offseason, Kevin Durant joins the Golden State Warriors. And as the rest of the history is known, Golden State goes on to beat Cleveland in the finals, 4-1 in 2017, 4-love in 2018. And the argument starts. They needed Kevin Durant to get over the Cleveland Cavaliers. And again, I'll say I disagree with that position, people. And I'm going to examine that, and I'm going to examine a few other things that Draymond Green actually said. Draymond Green said also on the podcast, when asked by JJ Redick, did you need Kevin Durant to beat the Houston Rockets team? He said, no, definitely not. Those Houston Rockets team had no chance against us. So let's examine that. Houston Rockets in the 2018 conference finals was up 3-2 against the Golden State Warriors. This is a Golden State Warriors with a full strength Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, the full cast. Houston Rockets is up 3-2. Chris Paul gets injured, and Golden State goes on to come back from 3-2 to win 4-3 in that series. The following year, in 2019, Golden State Warriors meets the Houston Rockets again in the conference semifinals this time. And in the semifinals, it is 2-2 after Game 4. Kevin Durant gets injured in Game 5 of that series, as I stated earlier. Golden State goes on to win 4-2. The point I'm trying to make, ladies and gentlemen, is that a full-strength Golden State Warriors team blew out the Cavs in both of the finals that they played. It was 4-1 in 2017 and 4-0 a sweep in 2018. However, in Draymond Green's opinion, they needed Kevin Durant to beat a team that was a no contest while Kevin Durant was on the floor. However, a team that gave them a lot of problems with Kevin Durant on the floor, they didn't need Kevin Durant to beat that team. Now, I vehemently disagree. if you ask me, it would have been a more appropriate statement for Draymond Green to say, we needed Kevin Durant to get past Houston, but we didn't need him to get past the Cavs. With Kevin Durant, the two finals against the Cavs was a no contest. The Cavs had absolutely no chance in those two finals. There's nothing that I have seen in basketball that would tell me that a full-strength Golden State team minus Kevin Durant, and maybe a little bit of an upgrade from Harrison Barnes. As we saw this year, they had Andrew Wiggins, which you would consider an upgrade halfway between Kevin Durant and Harrison Barnes, a slight upgrade. And they won a title. 4-2 against a very good Boston team, a very good defensive Boston team. They were able to beat them with what I consider to be a slight upgrade from Harrison Barnes. Somebody who was halfway between Kevin Durant and Harrison Barnes. Now, maybe it would have been Harrison Barnes. Maybe it would have been somebody a little more than Harrison Barnes. But in Draymond Green's opinion, what he says was, we needed a bucket getter. He said that Steph was being double and triple teamed, as he has said in the past. All right. He said, because of the physical play of some of the other teams, Steph was being put off his shot. So in his opinion, they needed Kevin Durant to get past the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now I'm saying any other middle of the road player on that Warriors team, in my opinion, Draymond Green give his opinion, I'm giving mine. In my opinion, Golden State with an Andrew Wiggins type player could have beaten those Cleveland Cavaliers team. Because it was obvious, in my opinion, that with Kevin Durant, it was a no contest. Most of those games against the Cavs in those two series were blown completely. And in my opinion, the one game that the Cavs won in 2017 was given to them by the NBA. If you go back and watch that game and look at some of the calls that were made by the referee, it was obvious that the NBA didn't want a sweep in that series. And in the series the year after, even with the NBA again trying to assist, it was a no contest. However, against the Houston Rockets, and in one, and I want to remind people about one game that they played against the San Antonio Spurs with Kawhi Leonard, that they were actually down by 24 points before Zaza Pachulia stepped in and made a play that injured Kawhi Leonard. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, even though Draymond Green is my player, I respect his opinion, but I respectfully differ with his opinion. In my opinion, based on everything that I've seen in basketball, now maybe in the mind of Draymond Green, he could not have gotten over LeBron James. Maybe he had a fear of LeBron James, but nothing that I observed in the regular season in 2016, nor in the playoffs in 2016, told me that they needed Kevin Durant to get past the Cavs, or they needed Kevin Durant to win another title. And as I say, evident by that is what has happened this year in the NBA. With Andrew Wiggins, a middle-of-the-road player, Steph Curry, a half-hearted Klay Thompson coming back from injury, Draymond Green playing at not even playing at his best. And since that statement, it has probably had me wondering if Draymond Green's early struggles in the NBA this year was based on his mindset that they could not win another title without Kevin Durant. Well, Steph Curry thought otherwise. And Steph Curry took the bull by the horn, as we saw, gentle people. Draymond Green had a poor first game. He had a poor game 3. He had a mediocre game 2 and a decent enough game 4. He only came to the party in game 5. Now, Steph Curry obviously had other opinions that he could win a title without Kevin Durant. And he proved that this year. And in my opinion, respectfully, I differ with Draymond Green. In my opinion, the Golden State Warriors did not need Kevin Durant to get past the Cleveland Cavaliers. It would have been a much better argument if Draymond Green had said, based on how everything went, based on the struggles that they had with the Houston Rockets, we needed Kevin Durant to get past the Houston Rockets. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my opinion. My name is Pioneer, and this is I Am Sure Sports. Please like, share, place a comment. And if you have not subscribed, feel free to subscribe to I Am Sure Sports. As I say, this is the most credible, YouTube channel in Jamaica. They bring the widest range of sporting content. We welcome you. Give a comment. Gunners Boss, I see you in the comment section. Let me see what you're saying. Gunners Boss is saying, Draymond Green is right. The Warriors needed more to get them over the hump after the 73-win season, where they blew a 3-1 lead. And Gunners Boss, I already dissected all of that. In my opinion, as a matter of fact, I want to, before I close out, people, let me remind you that in the conference final of 2019, that was the year that they lost to the Toronto Raptors, the Golden State Warriors, without Kevin Durant, swept the Portland Trail Blazers. They actually, in that season, they spoke about reverting to their original style of play. All right, Gunners Boss, I respectfully disagree with you, my brethren. Now, everybody is entitled to their opinion. You are entitled to yours. Draymond Green is entitled to his, and so am I. I've been watching basketball since 1989. In my opinion, Golden State Warriors did not need Kevin Durant to win another title, nor did they need him to get past the Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, I say, I'm Pioneer, and this is I Am Sure Sports.